Okay, so Keen,
Yes,
that's
hello.
so that's the name that you decided to go with is Keen.
Yeah, it was a short form of Keeneth, but people couldn't pronounce that.
Okay, so
I can't get through the door.
you can't get through the door.
No, I straight up can't get through the door. Are you kidding me?
Well, it looks like I'm doing this
There we go.
solo.
No, wait, no, you're the magic. I got through the door. All right,
Okay,
we're back on track.
so uh, why don't you start off by giving us a little bit of background into the name Keeneth, where your new name came from?
Well, Keeneth was pretty much a randomly generated name in World of Warcraft. I made it when I was really, really young and bad at making names for characters. And turns out, almost 10 years later, I'm 21 now. I am still terrible at making names. So for most game, Keeneth is still technically my name, but I am going to eventually switch it over to Keen because it just makes more sense.
Fair enough, and I definitely understand being bad at making names. I myself am awful at making names for things. That's why you see a lot of reuse names or slight variations on already created names.
Oh, yeah,
So Keeneth was just randomly generated, and it just kind of stuck
100%.
with you.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Gotta thank Blizzard for that one.
Hey, and it's a good name. I mean, it stood the test of time now. You've been using it for what you said, like a decade now?
Almost, yeah. When was the. Yeah, no, almost a decade, because I started playing World of Warcraft during the Cataclysm pre-patch. So that was 2011, and we're coming up on 2020 now. So
Yeah.
almost a decade.
So that brings me to my next point. We've known each other for about that same time, right?
Yep.
Probably almost a decade now.
Yeah, it's been
Oof.
crazy.
Yeah, how the time flies, man.
I've
So,
known you and your entire you and your brothers for ages.
yeah,
Hell, if it wasn't for one of your brothers, I wouldn't raid back when I was younger because no one would give me a chance except him, just because of my age.
yeah, that's how a lot of guilds are, sadly, is I'm not gonna say they discriminate against age, but, like, it kind of makes sense, right? You don't want to put a little kid in your raid group. You do want someone a little bit older who can commit to raid times and whatnot.
Yeah, but when the little kid is beating out, grown ass adult,
Yeah, no,
give him
definitely.
a spot.
There are there are definitely exceptions to the rule, right? Like when the little kid is actually good, they understand the mechanics and they pump out numbers. Like, why would you
Oh
not?
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And I was kind of in that same boat because keep in mind, where you said you're 21 now,
Yep.
I'm 22. Like we
Nice.
started WoW at about the same time too. Like I started like very end of Wrath, but start of Cataclysm.
Yeah, so we started WoW at the exact same time. Pretty much. That's actually crazy. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So like I definitely know where you're coming from. Where it was a little bit rough getting into a raid group at that age. I don't think I had started raiding until like hardcore raiding until Dragon Soul.
Yeah, neither did I. I raided 3 groups of Dragon Soul.
Yeah, I think I was in two of them at least. Oh no, I fell off the edge.
Yeah, I did the same.
Yeah, so
Okay.
what a time, man.
Yep.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Go a little bit more into depth. Like when did you start really playing? Just games in
Uh,
general.
Games in general, I've been playing. So I could pretty much hold a controller. Um, well, my child life wasn't super great, and that there's no one to blame except for my asshole father. But
I
hey,
understand that.
nothing like that's in the past now. My mom's been fantastic and always. and she's my rock. I'm a mama's boy. Laugh at me in the comments. Bill. I don't care. I'll stand by it.
No, I think there's
But
definitely some people out there that can get behind that.
but well, I was at my grandmother's house a lot, and she had I believe it was the Super Nintendo with Zelda on it,
Nice.
and I played Link to the Past for hours, and that was my first true gaming experience. And then I got into Pokemon, and to this day, I still love Pokemon. My room is still covered in Pokemon stuffed animals. Uh, it's pretty crazy, and I'm still pretty excited for Sword and Shield that's out now. Actually,
Yeah.
and that game looks pretty fun.
And people are giving Sword and Shield so much backlash because of the some
The
stuff isn't.
National Dex.
Yeah, there's some issues with some of the rendering. Like it doesn't look as clean as people were hoping it would. And honestly, like
Yeah,
considering most of my childhood was also spent playing on a Game Boy, playing the old school Pokemon like Red and Blue, like I'm okay with anything that isn't absolute garbage.
oh, absolutely.
Right? So like the Sword and Shield, from what I've seen, it looks like an amazing game. It looks the graphics are very well put together from what I've seen. There are areas where like absolutely you compare it to some of the bigger games, like the game we're showing right now, actually Warframe, has some top-notch graphics. But at the end of the day, it's a Pokemon game, right? Like the graphics are only gonna be so good before you start
Yeah,
to like almost take away the nostalgia factor.
yeah,
Like I think if they made a Pokemon game with the graphics of Warframe, like that would just be kind of weird to me. I don't know if that
yeah,
makes
but it
me
would be cool
weird.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be crazy actually to have a kind of game like that. A third-person kind of Pokemon game with graphics like Warframe. It would kind of go under like Uncanny Valley territory.
Yeah. So, is there really like anything else you want to talk about? Anything you want to say? Any?
Pretty much, I would say to look forward to some Warframe content and to see me around. And I hope you enjoy what I put out. I'll be streaming very, very soon, 3 times a week. Mostly playing Warframe because it's the game I'm currently addicted to. That'll shift from time to time depending on what I'm currently interested in. Like at one point, it was Borderlands 3, so if I was addicted to that, I'd probably stream that. My interests shift a lot, so expect some variety. But
Very
past
nice.
that, I'm Blacksteel Keen, and that's me done.
Well, thank you for your time and just giving me a quick little chat today. It was
Hey,
definitely a
not
lot
a
of
problem.
fun just catching up with you, chatting a little bit more personally about what's going on, what we're working on.
Hey, absolutely, anytime.
Okay. Thank you, man.